Anybody there yet?
Hi guys, it is Chelsea and I want to welcome you to our channel 6 Miles to Go. I wanted to give you guys an update with how virtual schooling is going for us and what we're doing this month to turn our focus to thankfulness. If this is your first time watching our channel, just to give you a background, my name is Chelsea. I am a mother to 4 and a wife to 1. We're a family of 6. And we decided to participate in our virtual academy that is a part of our local school district this year due to COVID, but also because I've kind of had the itch to homeschool for a while, but haven't been brave enough to jump off into that venture yet. And so I thought the virtual academy would be a great way for me to test out homeschooling. I've been posting videos so you can follow along in our journey, and hopefully you gain some tips and encouragement if you are a family that is thinking about homeschooling. This is just a really exciting season of life for us, and I just wanted to share that as an encouragement to anyone who might be struggling as well with the decision of whether to homeschool or not. The beautiful thing that has come out of this whole situation is the fact that we've been able to integrate Bible study into the kids' school day every morning. We do a Bible curriculum together, and it goes through the books of the Bible. I've been very pleased with it. I will be posting a week in the life of our family, and you can get a sneak peek at that curriculum. But it's just been a wonderful time for us to have an open dialogue about faith and for the kids to ask any questions that they have. It's just been really wonderful. Another thing that I've noticed is that our kids are really becoming individuals. I feel like, and I was a homeschooler as well from grades 4 through 12. And what I loved about it is not only could I work at my own pace, but I could be my own person. I didn't have a whole lot of peer pressure around me. And I'm just noticing a change in my kids. I love the fact that my 4th grader is playing more. She went from last spring to saying, I don't want to play with toys anymore. I don't like toys. I want an iPhone. And just, I noticed some changes in her a little bit. But now she is once again interested in her toys and playing and just being her own person. And it's been a beautiful thing because we've had opportunities to talk about peer pressure and her just being herself. And there have been some instances with interactions that she's had with classmates that I've been able to monitor since I can see her chats and her emails, that I've been able to kind of be able to lead her and guide her and say, do you think this person is a real friend? Or, do you think, what characteristics do you think a real friend would have? And it's just been a beautiful time for us to grow closer through that. And I just love seeing my kids having the freedom to just be themselves and not have to worry about what anybody thinks about them. So those have been some of the big positives that we've had over the last months that we've been doing the virtual academy, and I've been very pleased with our school district. It's been going well, and surprisingly, I actually found myself thinking, man, I wish we would have just homeschooled this year, versus doing the virtual academy. Like, I wish I would have just jumped like all in, especially with my girls and the fact that we have to follow the school schedule. It's been a little bit of an adjustment because we don't have as much flexibility with our schedule. So looking at that, sometimes I'm like, I wish we would have just homeschooled so we would have been in complete control of our schedule. But all in all, our school district has been doing a phenomenal job. Of course, there have been hiccups here and there, but we've been overall pleased. My 4-year-old is in preschool 2 days a week, and then we do at-home school or homeschooling 3 days a week, and that's been going fairly well. I was doing a little bit of school in the afternoon with her when she got home from preschool on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but she was just really tired from being at preschool, so we dropped that pretty quickly. And then Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I kind of gauge how her and my 1-year-old are doing for that day as to how much school we do. My goal is always to get a good solid hour in with them. And then after that, kind of, if they seem like they want to do more, we do more. If not, then we find something else to do. Struggles have been, it is very difficult to juggle kids that are different ages and different grades, that was one of my main concerns with homeschooling, is how am I going to give my 4th grader my attention, my 2nd grader my attention, my preschooler my attention, and the 1-year-old my attention, all at the same time in a learning environment. It isn't like we're just hanging out at home and watching a movie, or we're doing a craft, or we're doing some kind of activity loosely. This is their education. And so for me, that's been kind of a juggling act. So we've had to readjust our schedule. I've been having my daughters work independently through their virtual academy before noon, because that's when their classes are scheduled, is from noon or 9 to noon. And then after lunchtime, I check over their work and we work one-on-one together with anything that they're struggling with. And so that seems to work out really well, because then my son is down for his nap, the 1-year-old, and my 4-year-old, I can usually get her to look through a book quietly or do something quietly at that point, because at that point in the day, she's kind of tired too. She doesn't have quite as much energy as she does in the morning. And so that adjustment has really helped with that juggling act, though I am still kind of, you know, going back and forth with, oh my goodness, some days it is a lot to juggle all the kids, but we're getting in a better flow for sure. Another struggle that we have been having is with the social interaction. So this was another concern I had going into homeschooling. I was homeschooled, and I was blessed to be a part of a homeschool group for the majority of my homeschool years. And then when I was in high school, we didn't have a homeschool group, but I was very involved in dancing, and I was at the dance studio every single day, so I was around kids all the time. For our kids with the COVID restrictions, there aren't a whole lot of activities for them to do. And so tomorrow we're going to be going to try an art class to kind of get them involved. Previously, my 9-year-old was in an art class, but there were no kids her age, and it was a very small class. And then my 7-year-old was in a tumbling class, but she just didn't really like it too much. So they're both going to try an art class, and there are other kids their age, so I'm hopeful that they'll be able to connect with kids that way. We're active in our church, so they do go to Sunday school, which is great. As the weeks have progressed, there are more kids coming back into in-person church, so that's been a blessing. It's such a slippery slope with, you know, wanting to keep them safe and socially distanced, but also wanting them to have the socialization. You know, we have to take care of our physical bodies and keep ourselves healthy from this virus, but then also we have to take care of our mental well-being. And it's hard as adults, but it's also hard as kids, and it's hard as parents to make the right call. You know, and I just find myself struggling with, you know, what is the right call here. Naomi has a very good friend that she's been able to go over and play with every now and again, but it's so difficult. I'm kind of tossing around in my brain, maybe planning some virtual meetups that we can do to get the kids connected with other children, but that's something that's been a struggle, and that's not so much homeschooling, because I think if, you know, this had been any other year, we could have gotten involved in a homeschool group, and it could have been great. But because of COVID, you know, a lot of homeschool groups aren't taking new members at this point. So even if we did decide to homeschool completely and not do the virtual academy, that most likely wouldn't have been an option. We are this month focusing on thankfulness. And so for the entire month, we have a thankful tree that we're just going to make out of construction paper, and we have leaves that we're going to write something every day during the school week that we're thankful for. I've done this in the past with the kids, and I just really love to turn their focus into being thankful and grateful for the things that they have. And I think the thankful leaves are great for that. We're also doing thankful journaling. And I put these pages on my blog. I'm going to attach it in the description, or I'm going to put it in the description for you if you would like to print these pages off. But each day we are reflecting on a verse, or we're reading a book about thankfulness or giving. So I found some really wonderful books online that are easy reads, because I'm doing it with all of the kids. So this is kind of our family learning time. And then the journal pages, the girls do. Aiden usually goes down for his nap at that point. So the first 2 weeks, we're going to be focusing on thankfulness, and the last 2 weeks of the month, we are going to be focusing on giving and being generous. And I wanted to share that with you guys in case you wanted to check those printables out and do that with your kids. I think it's a great opportunity for them to really think about thankfulness in this year, because there are so many things that have happened that makes it easy for you to be discouraged or think that there maybe isn't anything to be thankful for. But not only does it challenge them, but it challenges me to think of things that I'm thankful for this year, and it just turns your focus into a positive place when the world seems like it's in such a negative place. So I wanted to share an update with you guys. I also wanted to share that a little bit about our thankful focus this month. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope that if you are a virtual schooling mama or homeschooling mom, that you are encouraged and you know that you are loved, and you know that despite what's happening today, that there's always new mercies tomorrow. And we will catch you guys in the next video.